Most people want success, but they want it loudly. They want recognition before results. They want applause before effort. They want the world to see them winning before they have even built the strength to win. But the truth is different. The strongest growth happens in silence. The biggest transformations happen when nobody is watching. And the people who eventually shock the world usually spent years building themselves quietly. While others were talking, they were learning. While others were showing off, they were improving. While others were chasing attention, they were building discipline. If you truly want to become powerful in life, start building yourself quietly. Because silent growth creates unstoppable people. Today we'll talk about 6 powerful ways to build yourself quietly. Silent growth creates powerful results. But the strange thing about silent growth is that most people underestimate it. They overlook it because it doesn't look impressive in the beginning. There are no loud celebrations, no instant recognition, no crowd clapping for the effort. It happens quietly, almost invisibly. A person wakes up earlier than before. A person reads when others are wasting time. A person prays, reflects, and works on their character while the world continues to chase noise and attention. At first, the progress feels small. Sometimes it even feels lonely. You may look around and see others getting attention, praise, and quick rewards while you're still working silently in the background. In those moments, the heart can feel heavy. Doubt can whisper that maybe your effort is going unnoticed, maybe your sacrifices are meaningless, but deep down there is something powerful happening inside you. Every quiet effort is shaping your character. Every silent discipline is strengthening your soul. Every unseen sacrifice is planting a seed that will grow with time. And the beautiful thing about seeds is that they grow underground before anyone ever sees the tree. Faith teaches us something very important about silent effort. In many religious traditions, we are reminded that not every effort needs to be seen by people to have value. The one who created us sees what happens in private moments. The prayers whispered in the darkness of night, the patience shown when anger could easily take over, the honesty chosen when dishonesty might seem easier. These quiet choices are never lost. There is a deep spiritual comfort in knowing that even when the world does not notice your growth, the Creator is aware of every step you take. When you choose patience instead of revenge, it strengthens your heart. When you choose gratitude instead of complaint, it softens your soul. When you choose discipline instead of laziness, it prepares you for responsibilities you cannot yet see. Many people want immediate results. They want success to appear quickly so they can prove something to the world. But silent growth teaches a different lesson. It teaches humility. It teaches endurance. It teaches trust. Trust that every effort matters. Trust that every improvement adds up. Trust that the journey itself is shaping the person you are becoming. Sometimes life places you in seasons where progress is slow and quiet. Those seasons can feel confusing. You may wonder why doors are not opening yet. You may question why recognition has not arrived. But often those quiet seasons are the times when the deepest transformation is happening inside you. Just like a seed buried in the soil must grow roots before it can grow branches, a person must develop strength inside before success appears outside. And those roots are built through silent effort. They are built when you forgive someone who hurt you even though your heart aches. They are built when you continue working toward a goal even after failure discourages you. They are built when you kneel in prayer, asking for guidance while tears quietly fall because the weight of life feels heavy. Those moments shape a person in ways the world cannot measure. Silent growth is not only about success in career or wealth. It is about building a soul that becomes stronger, wiser, and closer to purpose. It is about becoming someone who can handle blessings without arrogance and difficulties without breaking. There is something deeply emotional about realizing that the quiet work you are doing today may be preparing you for a future that is far bigger than you currently understand. The discipline you practice today might be protecting you from mistakes. The patience you learn today might help you guide others someday. The knowledge you gain today might open doors that seem impossible right now. And while the world often celebrates loud achievements, the most meaningful transformations happen quietly in the human heart. A person who quietly becomes kinder, a person who quietly becomes more disciplined, a person who quietly strengthens their faith and trust in God, that person is becoming powerful in ways that cannot be easily seen. There will be days when your efforts feel invisible. There will be nights when exhaustion makes you question whether the struggle is worth it. In those moments, remember that growth rarely announces itself loudly. It whispers. It grows in silence. It grows in patience. It grows in faith. And the heart that continues to grow quietly, even when recognition is absent, carries a special kind of strength that the world can never take away. Because the results of silent growth are not only measured by success in life, but also by the peace in your soul, the strength in your character, and the deep understanding that every quiet effort made with sincerity is seen, valued, and remembered by the one who sees what no human eye can see, who hears the silent prayers that never leave your lips, and who knows the struggles hidden behind every brave smile you show to the world. It is easy to look disciplined when people are around. When the eyes of others are on you, when the pressure of reputation is present, when praise and recognition are possible, most people can act responsible for a short time. But real discipline is not proven in public moments. It is revealed in the private hours of life, in the silent choices a person makes when no one will ever know what they did or what they avoided. The truth is that character is formed in those quiet spaces of life. The early morning when the alarm rings and the body begs for more sleep. The moment when the mind suggests scrolling endlessly instead of learning something valuable. The moment when frustration rises in the heart and anger wants to explode, yet the soul chooses patience instead. These moments may look small to the world, but they are the workshops where discipline is quietly forged. A person who learns to control themselves in private becomes powerful in ways that are difficult to explain. Because the hardest person to lead is not others, it is yourself. Your emotions, your desires, your laziness, your fears. Discipline is the ability to guide yourself even when comfort is calling you in the opposite direction. Many people wait for motivation. They believe they will work when they feel inspired. But discipline does not wait for feelings. Discipline moves even when motivation disappears. It continues when energy is low. It persists when results are slow. It stands firm when excuses begin whispering in the mind. There is something deeply spiritual about this struggle. Every human being experiences an inner battle between the part that wants ease and the part that wants growth. Faith traditions often remind us that the soul becomes stronger when it learns self-control. When a person restrains their impulses, when they choose patience instead of anger, honesty instead of deception, responsibility instead of laziness, they are able to make better choices and live a more fulfilling life. They are not just improving their habits, they are refining their character. And the beautiful reality is that these quiet acts of discipline are never truly unseen. Even if no person applauds you for waking up early, for studying longer, for refusing temptation, you are still a strong and capable person. For controlling your tongue when harsh words could easily come out, the one who created you sees every effort. The silent struggle inside your heart is not wasted. There are nights when a person chooses prayer over distraction. There are mornings when a person chooses effort over comfort. There are moments when a person chooses integrity, even though dishonesty might bring quick benefit. Those choices shape the soul. At first, discipline feels heavy. The body resists it. The mind complains about it. Sometimes the heart even wonders if the effort is worth it. You might see others enjoying immediate pleasures while you are sacrificing comfort for improvement. In those moments, the emotional weight can feel strong. It can feel like you are walking a difficult road, while others are enjoying an easier path. But discipline has a hidden reward. What feels difficult today becomes strength tomorrow. Every time you choose discipline, you are teaching yourself something powerful. You are telling your mind that comfort does not control you. You are telling your emotions that they do not rule your decisions. You are proving to yourself that your purpose is greater than your temporary feelings. And slowly, something beautiful begins to happen. The actions that once felt hard begin to feel natural. The effort that once required force begins to flow with ease. The discipline that once felt like sacrifice becomes part of who you are. A disciplined person does not rely on perfect circumstances. They continue improving even when conditions are difficult. They continue working even when recognition is absent. They continue believing even when results have not yet appeared. This quiet discipline builds an invisible strength inside the heart. It prepares a person for opportunities they cannot yet see. Because when responsibility arrives, when challenges appear, when leadership is required, only those who train themselves in private are ready to stand strong. Many people admire success, but they rarely understand the lonely discipline behind it. The hours when no one was cheering, the sacrifices nobody noticed, the silent battles fought in the heart to stay focused, patient, and honest. But those who embrace discipline understand something important. Every controlled impulse, every resisted temptation, every consistent effort is shaping a stronger version of themselves. It is shaping a person who can carry blessings without arrogance, a person who can face difficulties without collapsing, a person whose strength does not come from the noise of the crowd, but from the quiet mastery of their own soul. And in those silent moments, when the world is asleep and no eyes are watching, when the heart chooses discipline again and again, something powerful is being built inside a human being that no applause could ever create, a strength that grows quietly in the depths of the soul, witnessed by the one who knows every struggle, every intention, every sacrifice hidden in the unseen corners of life, and who understands the tears, the effort, and the silent prayers of a person who is trying to become simpler. Better than they were yesterday at first, learning feels slow. Simpler. Sometimes it even feels insignificant. You read a few pages of a book, listen to a lecture, reflect on a lesson, and it may seem like nothing dramatic has changed. The world around you continues moving the same way, and the progress inside your mind feels quiet and almost invisible. But knowledge has a mysterious power. It grows slowly, then suddenly. One idea leads to another idea. One lesson opens the door to deeper understanding. Simpler. A single sentence you read today might reshape the way you think tomorrow. Over weeks, months, and years, these small pieces of understanding begin to connect, forming a powerful foundation inside your mind. Most people underestimate this process because they want instant transformation. They want one video, one book, one moment that changes everything overnight. But real wisdom does not arrive like lightning. It grows like a tree, patiently, quietly expanding its roots beneath the surface long before the branches become visible. A person who learns a little every day is slowly building something extraordinary. Every concept stored in the mind becomes a tool. Every lesson becomes guidance for future decisions. Every insight becomes a light that helps you see life more clearly. And over time, the difference becomes remarkable. Two people may start life at the same place, but one continues learning while the other stops growing. One keeps feeding their mind with knowledge, reflection, and wisdom, while the other becomes comfortable with what they already know. Years later, their lives look completely different, not because one was more talented, but because one allowed knowledge to accumulate. Knowledge is like water shaping stone. A single drop seems weak, but drop after drop, day after day, it transforms even the hardest surface. Faith traditions also remind us of the importance of seeking knowledge. Learning is not only a path to worldly success, but also a path to understanding purpose, morality, and responsibility. When a person searches for knowledge sincerely, they are not only expanding their intellect, but also refining their heart. There is something deeply spiritual about the act of learning. When a person studies wisdom, reflects on life, and seeks understanding, they are engaging in a form of growth that benefits both the mind and the soul. Sacred teachings often emphasize that those who pursue knowledge with sincerity are elevated in wisdom and awareness, because knowledge is not only about information, it is about perspective. Knowledge teaches patience when life becomes difficult. Knowledge teaches humility when success appears simpler. Knowledge teaches compassion when others are struggling. A knowledgeable mind begins to see patterns in life that others overlook. It understands consequences more clearly. It makes wiser decisions because it has learned from lessons, stories, and experiences gathered over time. There are moments when learning feels tiring, when your mind feels full and the effort of studying feels heavy. Sometimes you may wonder if the hours spent reading, listening, and thinking will ever truly matter. But the truth is that every piece of knowledge you gather is quietly shaping your future. The book you read today may give you the courage you need years later. The lesson you learn today may protect you from a mistake tomorrow. The wisdom you gain today may allow you to guide someone else in the future. Knowledge builds confidence, but it also builds humility. Because the more a person learns, the more they realize how vast life truly is. They begin to understand that wisdom is a lifelong journey, not a destination. And this journey creates emotional strength. When challenges arrive, a knowledgeable person does not panic easily. They remember lessons they have learned before. They recall stories of others who overcame difficulty. They reflect on wisdom that reminds them that every hardship carries an opportunity for growth. Over time, the mind becomes sharper. Thoughts become clearer. Decisions become wiser, simpler. And suddenly people begin to notice something different about you. They notice the calm way you handle problems. They notice the thoughtful way you respond to situations. They notice the depth in your perspective. But what they are really seeing is the result of years of accumulated knowledge, thousands of small moments when you chose to learn instead of remaining comfortable in ignorance. The quiet evenings spent reading, the thoughtful reflections after mistakes, the curiosity that pushed you to ask questions and search for deeper understanding. All of it adds up. Knowledge compounds in ways that are both powerful and beautiful. What begins as small pieces of information slowly transforms into wisdom, clarity, and insight. And the person who consistently feeds their mind with learning becomes someone who sees the world differently, someone who walks through life with deeper awareness, stronger judgment, and a heart that understands that every lesson learned along the journey is part of a divine design that allows the human mind to grow, reflect, and come closer to understanding the purpose placed within their life by the one who granted them the ability to think, to seek, and to discover truth hidden within the simpler. Unfolding pages of time in today's world, attention has become one of the most desired things. People chase likes, followers, applause, and recognition. They want to be seen, noticed, and admired. Social platforms reward visibility, and many begin to believe that being popular means being valuable. But attention can be loud, while character grows quietly. A person can attract attention without having integrity. Someone can appear impressive on the outside while struggling deeply on the inside. Attention often highlights what people choose to show, but character reveals who a person truly is when the spotlight disappears. And life has a way of exposing the difference. Character is what remains when applause fades. It is the inner strength that guides your decisions when you stand at a crossroads between what is easy and what is right. It is the quiet voice in your conscience reminding you to choose honesty when dishonesty might benefit you, reminding you to stay humble when pride begins to whisper in your heart. Many people build their lives around attention. They want the world to see their achievements, to celebrate their lifestyle, to admire their success. But attention is fragile. It comes quickly and disappears just as fast. What people praise today, they may criticize tomorrow. Character, however, is different. Character is stable. It grows slowly through consistent choices, through moments when you choose truth over convenience, kindness over harshness, responsibility over excuses. A person with strong character does not need constant validation. Their sense of worth is not dependent on how many people are watching. They act with integrity even when their actions remain completely unseen. There are moments in life when a person faces silent tests. Moments when lying might be easier than telling the truth. Moments when selfishness might bring quick gain. Moments when anger might feel justified. Those moments reveal character. Choosing honesty when dishonesty could benefit you requires courage. Choosing patience when your emotions want to explode requires strength. Choosing humility when praise surrounds you requires deep self-awareness. These choices shape who you become. Faith traditions often remind us that what truly matters is not the image we show to people, but the sincerity within our hearts. Human eyes can only see appearances, but the Creator sees intentions. The hidden thoughts, the private struggles, the silent decisions made when no one else is watching, all of these reveal the true nature of a person. There is something deeply comforting in this truth, because even if the world ignores your goodness, it is never meaningless. When you choose integrity over shortcuts, when you refuse to harm others even if they harm you, when you show compassion to someone who cannot repay you, those acts carry value far beyond public recognition. Sometimes maintaining strong character feels emotionally difficult. You may see others gaining attention through shortcuts, dishonesty, or arrogance. You may wonder why doing the right thing often seems slower and more challenging. There can be moments when your heart feels tired of standing firm while others move ahead through easier paths. Moments when silence feels heavy and recognition feels distant. But character builds a kind of strength that attention can never provide. Attention might make you visible, but character makes you trustworthy. Attention might make people notice you, but character makes people respect you. Attention might bring temporary fame, but character creates lasting honor. Over time, people begin to recognize the difference. They see the reliability in your words, the sincerity in your actions, the consistency in your behavior. They notice that your values do not change depending on who is watching, and that quiet consistency builds something powerful: trust. Trust is one of the most valuable things a person can earn. It cannot be bought. It cannot be forced. It is built slowly through countless moments where your character proves stronger than temptation. A person with strong character becomes someone others can rely on, someone whose promises carry weight, someone whose presence brings calm rather than chaos. But beyond the respect of people, character also brings peace to the heart. When your actions align with your values, your soul feels lighter. There is no constant fear of being exposed, no burden of pretending to be someone you are not. Your life becomes simpler because your conscience is clear. And in quiet moments of reflection, when the noise of the world fades and you stand alone with your thoughts, the greatest comfort is knowing that you have tried to live with sincerity, that your actions were guided by honesty and compassion, that even when attention was absent, you remained faithful to your values, remembering that the one who created you understands every intention hidden in your heart and sees the quiet strength it takes to choose character again and again in a world that often rewards attention instead of integrity. Most people dream about big changes in their lives. They want dramatic success, sudden breakthroughs, and instant transformation. They imagine waking up one day and everything being different, their habits, their mindset, their results. But life rarely works that way. Real transformation almost always begins with something very small, a small decision, a small habit, a small improvement repeated quietly over time. At first, these changes seem insignificant. Reading 10 pages of a book may not feel life-changing. Waking up 30 minutes earlier may not feel extraordinary. Choosing patience in one difficult moment may not seem like a major victory. But these small choices are the seeds of powerful change. The human mind often ignores small progress because it craves big results. We want to see dramatic evidence that our effort is working. When the change is slow, the heart can feel discouraged. We may wonder if these tiny improvements really matter. But they matter more than we realize. Life is not shaped by one giant decision. It is shaped by thousands of small choices made daily. Each one gently moves us in a direction. A little more discipline today, a little more wisdom tomorrow, a little more patience the next day. Over time, these improvements begin to compound. Just like a tiny stream of water slowly carves a deep path through rock, small actions repeated consistently reshape a person's life. At first, the change is invisible. But months later, years later, the difference becomes undeniable. Faith and spiritual teachings often remind us that even the smallest good action carries value. A kind word, a moment of patience, a sincere prayer, a quiet act of generosity, these things may appear small, but they hold immense meaning. Because transformation of the heart also happens gradually. A person does not suddenly become wise overnight. Wisdom grows through reflection, mistakes, and lessons learned slowly. A person does not instantly develop patience. Patience grows through many moments where frustration is restrained and understanding is chosen instead. Even faith itself deepens step by step. A quiet prayer today strengthens the heart. A moment of gratitude softens the soul. An act of forgiveness lightens emotional burdens. These small spiritual acts slowly transform the inner world of a person. There are times when progress feels frustratingly slow. You may feel like you are trying hard but not seeing results yet. You may look at others who seem far ahead and wonder if your effort is enough. In those moments, the heart can feel tired, but transformation rarely announces itself loudly. It happens quietly while you continue improving. One day you notice that your thoughts are clearer than before. Another day you realize that situations that once upset you no longer control your emotions. Another day you see that opportunities are appearing that once felt impossible. These moments are the result of countless small improvements that were happening long before anyone noticed. And there is something deeply emotional about this process, because every small effort you make represents hope. It represents your belief that life can become better, that you can become stronger, wiser, and closer to the person you were meant to be. Even when nobody sees your effort, those small improvements are shaping your future. The extra minutes you spend learning today may open doors tomorrow. The discipline you practice today may protect you from failure later. The kindness you show today may return to you in ways you cannot yet imagine. Nothing sincere is ever wasted. The Creator who formed the human heart understands every struggle hidden within it. Every quiet effort to become better, every small step taken with sincerity, every moment when you choose growth instead of comfort carries meaning. And when those small improvements are repeated day after day, week after week, year after year, something extraordinary begins to take shape within a human life. A transformation so powerful that people may look at your journey one day and call it success, never realizing that it was built slowly through thousands of tiny choices, patient efforts, quiet prayers, and determined steps taken in moments when progress felt small, but faith whispered that even the smallest improvement has the power to reshape an entire life over time. Every human being carries two powerful forces within them. One part of the mind seeks comfort, pleasure, and immediate satisfaction. It wants the easy road, the quick reward, the momentary relief from effort and struggle. The other part of the mind seeks growth. It desires purpose, discipline, and long-term achievement. The conflict between these two forces exists in everyone. Success is not simply about intelligence, talent, or opportunity. Many talented people fail to reach their potential because they cannot control their impulses. At the same time, many ordinary people rise to extraordinary heights because they master something far more powerful than talent they master themselves. Self-control is the ability to guide your actions instead of being controlled by your emotions, cravings, or temporary desires. It is the strength to wake up when your body wants to sleep longer. It is the patience to stay calm when anger rises in your heart. It is the discipline to work toward your goals when distractions are calling your name. In a world full of temptations and distractions, self-control has become one of the rarest strengths a person can develop. Many people know what they should do, but knowing is not enough. The real challenge is doing what is right, even when it feels uncomfortable. The real test comes when your emotions push you in one direction, but your purpose calls you in another. Those moments shake your destiny. When you control your reactions, you protect your relationships. When you control your habits, you shape your future. When you control your desires, you gain power over your own life. There is something deeply spiritual about the idea of self-control. Faith traditions often teach that the greatest battle a person fights is not against the outside world, but within their own heart. The struggle between discipline and temptation, patience and anger, humility and pride, this inner battle is where true strength is formed. When a person learns to restrain harmful impulses and guide their behavior with wisdom, they are able to lead a life of purpose and fulfillment. They are not only building success in life, but also strengthening their soul. There are moments when controlling yourself feels incredibly difficult. The anger feels strong. The temptation feels attractive. The comfort of laziness feels easier than the discomfort of effort. In those moments, emotions can overwhelm the mind. But every time you choose self-control, something powerful happens inside you. You prove to yourself that you are stronger than your impulses. You prove that your goals matter more than your momentary feelings. You prove that your future is more important than temporary pleasure. These quiet victories may seem small, but they build enormous strength over time. One moment of patience prevents regret. One decision to stay disciplined protects your progress. One act of restraint keeps your character strong. Slowly, self-control becomes a shield that protects your life from unnecessary chaos. A person without self-control may gain opportunities, but they often lose them quickly. Anger damages relationships. Impulsiveness destroys stability. Laziness steals potential. Without control over the self, even the greatest opportunities can slip away. But a person who develops self-control carries a quiet power. They do not react to every insult. They do not chase every distraction. They do not surrender to every emotion. Instead, they pause, reflect, and choose their actions carefully. And over time, this ability changes everything. Their decisions become wiser. Their habits become stronger. Their life becomes more stable and meaningful. People begin to notice something different about them. They notice the calmness in difficult situations, the discipline in their routine, the patience in their behavior. What they are witnessing is the power of self-control shaping a life from the inside out. Emotionally, self-control also brings peace. When a person is constantly reacting to impulses, life becomes chaotic and exhausting. But when a person learns to guide their thoughts and actions with awareness, their heart becomes calmer and their mind clearer. There is less regret, less confusion, less inner conflict. Instead, there is clarity. And in quiet moments of reflection, a person begins to understand that mastering the world starts with mastering oneself, that the strength to control anger, resist temptation, remain disciplined, and stay patient is one of the greatest gifts a human being can develop. A strength that not only leads to success in this world, but also strengthens the soul in the sight of the one who knows the hidden struggles of every heart and understands the silent effort it takes to choose wisdom over impulse, patience over reaction, and purpose over temporary desire. Many people begin their journeys with excitement. They feel motivated at the start of a new goal. The energy is high, the vision is clear, and the desire to succeed feels powerful. In those early moments, taking action feels easy because the mind is filled with hope and inspiration. But the real test does not come at the beginning. The real test arrives when the excitement fades. There comes a time when motivation becomes weaker, when progress feels slow, and when the effort begins to feel repetitive. The mind starts whispering questions. Is this really working? Does this effort even matter? Why keep going when results are not visible yet? This is the moment where consistency becomes the quiet hero of success. Consistency means continuing the effort even when the emotional excitement disappears. It means showing up again and again, even on days when energy feels low and recognition feels distant. It is the quiet promise you make to yourself that your commitment will not depend on how you feel today. Most people underestimate the power of this simple principle. A single effort may not change your life. One day of discipline may not transform your future. One act of patience may not solve every problem, but repeated actions carry enormous power. When you repeat small positive behaviors day after day, they begin to create momentum. At first, the change is almost invisible, like pushing a heavy wheel that barely moves in the beginning. Each effort feels small. But slowly, the wheel begins to turn more easily. The energy you invest starts building upon itself. One day of effort leads to another. One habit strengthens the next habit. One step forward encourages another step forward. Before long, the progress that once felt difficult begins to move naturally. Faith traditions often remind us that perseverance is one of the most beloved qualities in a person. Consistency reflects sincerity. It shows that your actions are not temporary emotions, but genuine commitments. A person who continues doing good, even in small amounts, demonstrates patience, humility, and trust. There is something deeply spiritual about continuing a good action quietly and regularly. A small daily prayer strengthens the heart. A small daily act of kindness softens the soul. A small daily effort toward improvement strengthens character. Even if the action seems small, the consistency behind it carries powerful meaning. There are days when continuing feels emotionally heavy, days when fatigue sits deeply in your body, days when it seems like no one notices your effort and no reward has appeared yet. Those days test the strength of your commitment, but consistency is built precisely in those moments. When you choose to continue despite tiredness, when you choose to improve despite slow results, when you choose to remain patient despite uncertainty, you are building something extraordinary. Momentum. Momentum is powerful because once it begins, it carries you forward with increasing strength. What once required intense effort becomes part of your natural rhythm. Habits begin to support your progress instead of resisting it. You start waking up with purpose. You start working with focus. You start making decisions aligned with your long-term goals. And slowly, the life you once imagined begins to take shape. People may look at your success one day and believe it happened suddenly. They may assume you were lucky, talented, or simply in the right place at the right time. But they will not see the quiet consistency behind it. They will not see the mornings you forced yourself to continue. They will not see the nights when you worked while others rested. They will not see the moments when doubt appeared, but you chose persistence instead. Yet those quiet moments are where unstoppable momentum was born. Emotionally, consistency builds confidence within the heart. Each day you keep your promise to yourself strengthens your belief in your own ability to grow. Each repeated effort proves that your goals are not just dreams, but commitments. And with time, the person you are becoming begins to feel stronger, calmer, and more certain. Because deep inside, you understand something powerful, that life rarely changes through sudden bursts of effort, but through steady dedication, patient persistence, and quiet faith that every step forward matters, that every sincere effort carries value, and that the one who sees every hidden struggle, every repeated effort, and every moment of perseverance understands the silent strength it takes to remain consistent when the journey feels long and the destination is still beyond the horizon. Remember this. The world celebrates the victory, but it rarely sees the preparation. Great people are not built overnight. They are built quietly through discipline, patience, and daily improvement. So do not worry if nobody notices your effort right now. Keep learning, keep improving, keep building your mind, your character, and your discipline. Because one day the results will speak louder than words. And when that moment comes, people will call it success. But you will know the truth. It was simply the result of building yourself quietly day after day.